see at least 30 board games in the room I'm in right now, and this is not the board game room. I have a problem, you guys. I need to go to, like, BA, Board Games Anonymous. Alright, those got torn up, which is fine and good. And then, yeah, over here, not the Mason's shop, the Craft Dwarf shop. Bone, bolts, repeat, go. I don't know, I'll make fewer this time. Something like that. Avid board game collector, yeah. That does seem like too much. Real question is, how many of them haven't you played in a year? Well, okay, so one thing that's nice is I do have a regular Tuesday gaming group. We get together every Tuesday. Originally it was for D&D, although for the past 2 or 3 years, it's basically been exclusively board gaming. Although we're hoping to restart the D&D campaign relatively soon. Shout out to anyone who watches the video series Tales from My D&D campaign, which is produced by my Dungeon Master, and it is wonderful. But we do play a lot of them fairly frequently. So I got my Tuesday group. In addition to that, just generically in the house, there's a few things we like to play as well. I mean, there certainly have been some that we haven't played in a year because, I mean, you know, 52 weeks in a year, that's a lot of opportunity to play different games, though. Migrants have arrived. And you're trading a depot. So again, we're going to go and we're going to seize all the elven goods. And then we can release the trader. All right. Have you ever played the Battlestar Galactica board game? Yeah, so the one, Dennis, I have played that a lot. I have all the expansions for Battlestar Galactica. We played a lot of it. Not only that, but you can find some Battlestar Galactica content on my channel because there's a really good module for it for the Vassal system, which is free. And we've done, gosh, there's at least probably 4 games, maybe 5 games of Battlestar Galactica on the channel if you search for that. And it's a hell of a good game. How much did you steal? Actually, I didn't check. I didn't even care. I play 0 value on the elven goods. I'm just stealing it because they're elves and they deserve it. Here, I'll link the channel. One sec. Tales from my D&D campaign. It's Demon Axe channel, so that's my Dungeon Master. And I could probably just send you to the playlist. Oh, there it is. Full playlist. View full playlist. There we go. So the art starts off pretty rough. And while it stays fairly simple, it does develop like a real sense of style, good motion, and things like that. And the episodes also get quite longer. He's gotten to the point now where he's fully supported by Patreon, so he does this full time now. Every few weeks he comes out with a new episode. And it is the greatest D&D campaign that almost anyone's ever played in. It's certainly a good video. So, Tales from my D&D campaign. And yeah, the payoff is huge. There it is. That should be your link for that. Can you slave the elves to make them mine for you? Unfortunately, no. I don't think there's any slave labor in Dwarf Fortress that I can think of. You know, other than dwarves themselves. Need, like, mods, like some of the RimWorld stuff. Oh yeah, so probably the subject of Awkward Guess. It's a murder mystery game. It's really good. Dice Tower liked it even when forced to play it in Spanish. Dude, I can't buy more board games all the time, but now I'm gonna have to like look it up and keep it there. Board Game Geek 7.8 on Board Game Geek is pretty good. They're like that's a pretty good rating on Board Game Geek because they are fairly aggressive about some of their ratings. Yeah, like the top rated game on Board Game Geek is 8.5. Like they are some fussy and hard to please people sometimes. By the way, the top rated game on Board Game Geek, which is the website you should go for all things board gaming, is Gloomhaven, which is phenomenal. That is I was gonna say it was the latest board game we played. That's not entirely true. We played Gloomhaven, and then we followed up with a play of Mini Rails, which is a board game someone sent me. Someone had emailed me and said, hey, they've produced this board game. They like the channel. Send it to me. Maybe I'll make a video. We'll see. I was like, yeah, well, send it to me. What's this board game about? Well, it's called Mini Rails. Sold. I like railroad games. And this is one with like a stock market manipulation system. I love it. And it takes like 30 minutes to play a match. Oh, that's fantastic. What a great game. I'll probably be doing a video about it relatively shortly, which was really good. What's next on the list here? Pandemic Legacy. I've never played Pandemic Legacy. I played Pandemic plenty of time, but never Legacy. It was one of the first big Legacy games to really break out there, and it's apparently good. And the third top-rated game on Board Game Geek right now is Terraforming Mars. Amazing game, which I own all the expansions to. We've played it in person a lot. I've played the digital version a lot. The AI is not brilliant for Terraforming Mars on the digital version. Unfortunately, it is a little bit weak, so you may have to handicap yourself to balance it out a little bit, but it's still cool. And then the fourth game, Through the Ages. God knows I've done a lot of videos for that, and it's one of the games I've played the most on my computer too. Through the Ages, that AI is ruthless and will F you up. If you play on hard mode, you are definitely not guaranteed a win. You're not even guaranteed not coming in last, and then the challenges can be even more crazy. See ya, dead mate. Are you following the Shadowrun board game Kickstarter? A bit of a clusterfuck? No, I'm not. I do like playing the Shadowrun RPG. So the fifth game on the list on board game is Brass Birmingham. Now, Brass, I think I've played Brass. That's the... Yeah. Yeah, there's a digital version of Brass, and I've done a video for it. It's nice. It's interesting. Twilight Imperium. Oh, and then 7th place, Twilight Struggle, which, by the way, there's a Twilight Struggle video that's going to be hitting my channel probably later today or tomorrow. Wonderful game. One I've never played in real life because it's only 2 players, and sometimes it can be hard to arrange, but I did finally go and buy it because I hate myself, and I'm bad. Hopefully I'll be playing it soon. How are we doing? Okay, lots of complaints about missing steel bars. Fine. Went to Gen Con last year, spent 70% of my time just playing board games in their library. That would be cool. Have you heard of Nemesis? Kind of like the first Alien movie. It's a board game, or is it a movie? Nemesis. No, I don't know. Instead of board games, I'm collecting figurines. Sometimes an expensive hobby other than jigsaw puzzles. 2,000 people. Wow. Cornelius, the mayor of town here. What do you want? Bucklers, okay, they're still being bait. Good. Nemesis is a board game. Interesting. No, I'm not aware of it. There's a game I want to pick up. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Is this called, like, Who Goes There or something? It's a board game. Is it, like, everyone's in an, like, Antarctic research center, and then one person might get infected by a monster? So it's, like, semi-cooperative, but you don't know if someone might be infected and it can spread or something like that. And I was tempted to do this. Oh, has Northernline been doing board game stuff lately? Oh, that's awesome. I should definitely check that out. Oh. Have you played the new Dune board game? Is that new, or is that the, like, remake of the one from, like, the early 80s or something like that was then stuck in sort of, like, trademark copyright hell for a while and then just finally got a reprinting? I think I watched a Shut Up and Sit Down about it, and it looks really cool, but I've resisted buying it so far. True to form are doing Pandemic after this, maybe. It's a remake. Okay. Because they're... Yeah. Yeah, the reprinted version. It looks really interesting. Which is... It is interesting to hear about a board game from that far back that still has... Okay, board game's not really a technology, right? It's not like, oh, computers where the tech gets better and stuff like that. But there's been so much learning... in board game design and things, and how to make it work well, flow good, be interesting tactical game, that it's rare to see a game that is more than say 20 years old, and especially as a strategic board game, that still stands up as not being overly tedious, not overly random, and things like that. So it's pretty interesting that one's kind of held up. I haven't decided on the multiplayer yet. I don't know, Lola. I was going to say, what do you want to play? I think I probably know the answer. I'm not going to do Team Fortress. Because I don't think our server's set up or anything like that. Favorite board game, still Battlestar Galactica? It has been a long time. It's probably been over a year since we played Battlestar Galactica. And it might be time to pull that out. Part of it is, I do feel, at a certain point, Battlestar does start to feel a little bit solved. Other games that are semi-cooperative with a trader mechanic that I like, Mansions of Madness, which doesn't have a trader mechanic, but is really good. House on Haunted Hill or something, that's the cooperative with a trader mechanic, that's quite neat. Dead of Winter, I like quite a bit. Dead of Winter is sort of a Walking Dead-ish kind of, you know, that sort of zombie survival kind of themed game, where everyone's got a hidden agenda, and generally speaking, everyone, you know, collectively wants to win while completing their hidden agenda. But some people's hidden agenda could be a traitor card, where they don't want the rest of the group to win. They win if the rest of the group doesn't win, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, Betrayal at House of the Hill. Yeah, is got some of the what do they call it? The hauntings, the curses. Well, some of the betrayals at Betrayal at House of the Hill are a little bit weak ass, unfortunately, but overall it's pretty strong. What's the game with the house and ancient evil Cthulhu stuff? Probably Mansions of Madness, which is really good. So Mansions of Madness, which I do have a video about on my channel, specifically the second edition. What makes it so strong is that it's run by an app. So it used to be you'd sort of need one person to sort of be the dungeon master. But now there's a computer program or tablet and phone app or whatever you want to use that controls that and tells you what's going to happen. And there's a bunch of different scenarios, and it's cool. My issue with it is the game is probably twice as expensive as it needs to be, because it includes a lot of kind of awesome miniatures for the monsters, but they don't sit properly in the base, so we never end up using them. So half of the cost of this box is going towards the miniatures for the monsters and things like that that we don't touch. Because they've got the little cardboard, I don't know, tiles to indicate the monster and have the stats. But you combine that with the figurine normally, which would make it maybe a little bit more atmospheric, but it just doesn't work out. So the game value is not fantastic that way, but the content is good. Potentially limited replayability because the scenarios, while there is some RNG in the scenario setup itself, they mostly just start to repeat themselves. One of the things I like about Gloomhaven is that while it's also quite expensive, it's all crunch. Like, they didn't make figures for the monsters. They do have standees, little cardboard standees, which look cool and work well. Save money over the miniatures. And instead, you end up with, like, a book of, like, 90 adventures or something like that. Like, it would take so long to get through all that content. And they put out an expansion since then with, like, more scenarios and a whole other class. It's just ludicrous. Yeah, Gloomhaven's really great. Huh? Jordan has been possessed. Oh, my. Well, here, let's name you first. Customize. I need a name for this possessed dwarf. It is going to be Seymour. Seymour 4-7. All right. So while I'm down here, let's set up a new Magma Smelter right over there. Out of Dolomite, and then Workshop Magma Forge. You. And you. There we go. Dramatically increasing our smelting industry. Actually, well, that's like forging. We probably do need to increase our smelting industry, actually. Have you tried Spirit Island? No, I've never played Spirit Island. Oh. Okay, Mason's Workshop has been claimed. Oh, and... okay, no, there we go. He's moving. So what are we going to build at the Mason's Workshop, you guys? I mean, I feel like it's going to be something that's based in stone. We'll see. All right, he's collecting some more stuff. Oh, a second rock. All right. Artifact Mug. No, the Mug would be at the Craft Dwarf Workshop, not the Mason's Workshop. Can you smell what the rock is going to go and take? So the rock Usta Iragrunzua Sloboruku. That's a really long name. It's probably responsible for a lot of deaths. A bird of prey so large and ferocious it dwarfs many dragons. All beneath its mighty wings should fear the sky. Of course, it's only going to be a 1x1 tile over here because it's Dwarf Fortress, but others. Uninvited guest. So, zoom to you. Where are you? Way over here. So let's take V. There we go. Can't we get a kill count on you over here? I feel like maybe there's more details. I don't know. Anyway, so we got a big giant death bird. A, B, C, D. Everyone go and kill this thing. Oh man, I don't know where it's gone. I don't know if it can actually fly up. I think, yeah, it can. It's actually in the air. Now, I assume it's going to descend to fight the dwarves, and we do have one crossbow squad. Any fighting yet? Yes, okay. All right, so the captain of the guard slashes the rock in the right foot with her bronze short sword, tearing apart the skin. Then the rock bites the captain of the guard in the third finger left hand, tearing apart the muscle through the glove. The force pulls the left hand, and the severed part sails off in an arc. The rock attacks the captain of the guard, but she jumps away. Captain of the guard misses the rock. The rock bites the captain of the guard in the upper body, tearing apart the muscle and tearing apart the right lung through the wool cloak. An artery has been opened. Captain of the guard is having trouble breathing. Rock grabs the captain by the thumb right hand with his right wing. Then releases it. Captain of the guard misses. The rock bites the captain of the guard in the right hand, and the severed part sails away. Misses the rock. Misses. Misses. The peddler hacks into the rock in the right wing with his iron battle axe, tearing the fat. Rock misses the peddler. Rock attacks the peddler but jumps away. The peddler hacks the rock in the head with his iron battle axe, tearing the fat. The force twists the neck. Rock bites the peddler in the head, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Captain of the guard misses the rock. So, Katsundre, the peddler, has been found dead. The captain of the guard, despite missing a hand, is still ticking currently. So that's esoteric. Oh no, that's the Mark's dwarf. Yeah. All right. Okay, we'll let the time tick a little bit. And yeah, zoom over here. Esoteric fish. Oh no. Where the hell is it? How did you die there? So esoteric fish has been found dead. Rip. We haven't had another fighting. Are you dead? Nope. Still alive. Still way up in the air. Okay. Go, dwarves. Go. You can do it. Oh. There we go. We're fighting again. The rock jumps away from the flying silver bolt. Misses, missing. Rock bites the Mark dwarf in the right cheek. Now, which cheek are we talking about? I mean, I think it's this. Tearing it apart, bruising the skull, opening an artery. Tendon in the skull has been opened. Miss. Okay, the flying giant cave toad bone bolt strikes the rock in the left upper leg, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle. Force twists the left hip. Ooh, you're gonna have to see a chiropractor after that. Miss. Rock bites the Mark's dwarf in the neck, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Then the rock grabs the recruit. The rock bites the recruit in the lower arm, tearing the muscle. Motor nerve has been severed. Rock bites the recruit in the right foot, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Rock bites the recruit in the left eye, and the injured part is ripped into loose shreds. The idea of an eye being torn into loose shreds is pretty disturbing. Rock latches on. Miss. Rock shakes the recruit around by the left eye. Ah! And the skull collapses. Ah! Shaking them by the eye. Tendon. Done. I think that's going to be another death right there. Yep, found dead. Giant olm. What? Back to the rock over here. Yeah, Cogsack has been found dead. Then another Mark's dwarf punches the rock in the fourth toe, tearing through the skin, bruising the muscle. Ooh. The force pulls the left foot. The rock bites the Mark's dwarf in the lower leg, tearing apart the fat. Oh my god. Oh, the dwarf manatee! Okay, do we have more petitions? Yep. Thank you. Let's do it. Okay. Let a little more time go. Don't have any were-manatees. Throw bodies at it. You know, the Russian way. Exactly. The thing is, the rocket just gets to come down whenever it wants and deal damage. It might be bleeding. I don't know. So, 1, 2, 3 so far. Don't threaten were-manatees. We don't need this evil in the land. There's no combat going on right now. They still have the kill command. I think it's just way too far up in the air. Yeah. Yeah, it's just hovering around over here. We're quite far up here. How come I can't select you? Oh, maybe it's a Z level thing. Oh, there you are. So you are descending a little bit. Let's check your wounds. Broken toes, smashed toes, leg. So this is all we can reach. One of your wings is cut open, indented. Your head's cut open. You might be bleeding. Hey, thanks for the bits. What did the rock ever do to you? Grant the Weretapir. So it's inclined to not land with broken toes. I mean, maybe, but no combat logs. Or people are still running around trying to like get in there. Should build a giant tower just to be able to shoot down more flyers. Oh, combat is happening. Ooh, ooh, this is really good. Hold on, this happened quick. So I think it landed and it just got piled on. So it gets hit by a bolt in the head, gets knocked unconscious. Boom! Knocked unconscious, falls to the ground, and now everyone's just bashing it. Spear, just wailing on it. Long swords. It's not dead though. There's just a lot of bruising. But okay. Or maybe it is dead now. It's possible. Check the squad. Yeah, no, it died! Who got the kill? Probably whoever got the last blow. Militia commander? The villain? I suspect that's the case. The villain. I guess if there was an actual death record. View kills. The villain is the one to finish off the rock. Which is, don't get me wrong, you know, that's pretty impressive. But I'm much more interested in the question of who sniped it out of the sky. I don't know if there's any way to tell. It doesn't tell us who fired the bolt. Someone fired the giant cave-toad bone bolt, hitting the rock in the head, knocking it out, and causing it to fall from the sky. This is the hero. And we have no way of knowing who it is. I guess that's not true, because it'll be in their log. Like, bronze spear, so it's not you. Battle axe, not you. Silver warhammer. Axe. Because presumably it'll be in their log. Right here. It's Yeller. Yeller who's a mommy, right? Because Yeller's obviously using a crossbow bolt. Missed with a silver bolt before. But then right over here. Yeah, knocked unconscious. Yeah, you are the MVP. Oh, yeah, no kidding. I improved my crossbow skill. Yeah, that's pretty good. Color me impressed. All right, we need a new leader for the Oars of Clouding. Backstabber. And then we need a new member of the Kindness of Silvers. I'll grab this Kogan, and then the Sorceress Irons. Grab someone. Okay. Oh, should we promote Yeller? Oh yeah, you're the militia captain. You lead the squad. You show them how it's done. What's happening? Eam gave birth to a boy. Eam, I don't know how to parse your name. Elm? I don't know. Let's name your kid. Customize. Who wants to be a baby dwarf? I need another soda. And a quick save too? Yeah, actually, this is a good idea. Gerdo! Gonna do that. That, and yeah, we'll do a quick save. Because it would be a shame to have all that happen and then we want to lose it. That would be terrible. NS Killing, yes. Hold on. I'm gonna name someone after you right away, because yes, you got denied your name after the crash. Hang on. As soon as the autosave is done, I got this. La da 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 da. Do I get a cool position as head sniper and thing? Well, you are. I mean, you literally sniped the head, so there's that. But yeah, military leader. That's pretty cool. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, can I do it from the military squad? And let's say turn one of the military dwarves and name you as Bone Carver. I don't know if I can grab you, but I guess what I can do is search for you here. Grab Nish. Both niches are in the military. They're both bone carvers, and that makes it clear. Okay, we're going to take the first one, because why not? Customize you. NS Killin. Or N Skillin. Whichever. Okay. Welcome. And you're in the military, so you're probably going to die. Woo! Give Yeller a new squad? Oh, Gerdo, is this your first name character? Haha! Well, maybe you'll lead the, like, rabid dwarf babies if the colony collapses. We've had that before. I can't remember what killed the colony. I think it was a tantrum spiral. Everyone killed each other except the babies, which were just sort of, you know, on their own. So we abandoned the fortress, we came back and reclaimed it, and the fortress was filled with these rabid dwarven babies that would attack everyone all the time, and it was nasty. You'd be exploring these tunnels, and some crazed dwarven baby would leap out at you and, like, gnaw off your arm. It was horrible. You talked about a great DD5 campaign earlier, but I couldn't grab the link. Oh, D&D campaign? Well, it's 3.5 edition, but yeah, not 5th edition. There it is. That is my campaign, specifically. I am one of the characters in that. It's Draven. If you watch the series, I'm Draven. Dwarven Baby was indestructible, too. They were pretty tough to kill, yeah. My most recent time I was a named character, I was a space tourist who died the most curvilish death. I remember that, Kana. That was excellent. Oh, more people showing up. All right. Or more dwarven things. So I do want to send out a raid. Tell you what, let's do a raid right now, and then that'll wrap up the stream for today. So I think I have C for civilization. And then the easiest thing I think is to go to holdings. But yeah, there's some elven stuff over here. Let's do a raid against a small group of them, 10, just as a tester. So we're gonna raid this site. Assign squads. Let's grab the first 2 squads. So they're both melee squads. I think that's gonna be okay. We'll assign you. Oh, and you. All right, done. Details of the mission. So yeah, we'll raid. We'll just try to sneak in, steal some stuff. Actually, I'm not too worried about detection. You can go on a full pillage. When we can conquer and occupy, then we have to send some people. No, let's start with a pillage. It's a 10 elven population site. We're going to send 20 dwarves there and attempt to obliterate them. So that's there. So do I just hit escape now, I think? Yeah. I can always go hit C and then hit M to see my ongoing missions, and they're there. So they're going to assemble and travel out. I didn't know where this fortress is on this map. So the cursor starts where you are. You can also hit Y to center on your fort. So yeah, we're right over here. Right there. I know it's super tiny. Can we be big in this? Oh, I guess we can. Hey, there we go. Much better. So that's us there. And yeah, if I go to holdings and tributes, so that's still us over here. And we're going to raiding right over here. So not very far away. Well, now that's interesting. So now if I mouse scroll, it's only zooming the map and not the UI. Although it is nice to know that I can tune and tweak the UI. No, that's not quite right. And we got to see fuzzy things. The font's not quite right. Well, whatever. That'll have to do. Hands. So, there you go. Yeah, pillaging. Excellent. So the squads are definitely away. Oh man, yeah, this... I think the way that the scroll is working, it's not necessarily... Oh, that might be clear there. That might be the natural zoom point. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if there's a key to, like, reset to a natural zoom point. We actually have some elves that, or some dwarves that are pretty upset here. If I pause, if I open up Dwarf Therapist, reconnect, remove this, and sort by happiness. So Kadal, Warp Space, and Bedinsis are all super upset. Bedinsis, what's wrong? Haggard and drawn due to tremendous stresses placed on them. Last week he felt euphoric due to inebriation. Uneasiness after seeing a dead body, times 35. Maybe we have to move the graveyard outside of our walls. Oh, you can't pray. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, corpse stockpile here. Okay, we'll do that. Corpses can get moved outside. That might help. I'm sort of, I missed a thing or two. Better plan, dump the bodies into the magma. Well, alright, let's get ourselves a temple. Now, the temples don't have to be very big, and ultimately we may want multiple temples, because there's a bunch of different gods and things. Let's go and build the little ones sort of right here. First temple. Go. Integrate the taper into a temple to perform elf sacrifices. Oh my. Now, moving, like, we know it's difficult to move them. It would be really interesting, though, to have a sliding floor that drops someone into the Weretapirs room. Oh yeah, what happened to the possession? That's a great point. Oh my god. Holy crap. This is very important. We are missing something. Seymour is missing something. Bones, gems, leather, stone, which you clearly have, rough color, so that's uncut gems. What does he have currently here? He's got all the stone. Now, there's an order in which this goes. If you, like, sort of go... I suspect... So he should be getting bones. He should be getting cut gems. I suspect he doesn't have access to rough gems. He or she. So these are some gems over here. I don't know if you dig diagonally, so we're going to do that. There might be some others somewhere. There's some gems. But yeah, I bet you they just don't have rough gems to work with. Well, folks, I hope everyone enjoyed our Dwarf Fortress theme for today. Because we got another crash! Next week, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do. Are we continuing this game of Dwarf Fortress or starting a new one with the villain patch? Are we going to play something else and maybe wait until the villain patch has like the full lazy noob support and DF hack stuff and things like that? Yeah, I don't know what's crashing. There's something about this game. I mean, it crashed last week too. There's clearly something that is causing it. And yeah. Oof. Former Legend game says no. Yeah, we would like to see how the raid ends. Was there a save? I don't think so. I think the raid... we'll have to redo the raid. So I think we will continue this next week. We're going to stop for now. But we are going to continue it next week so that we can do a little raiding. We can set up some more stuff and big in it some more. Yeah, so we won't go to the villain update yet, although there's some really cool stuff in there. Specifically petitions. Now you'll get like petitions for people to like build a temple to a certain god and stuff. And I think that's really handy. I think that's really handy. Normally, so this is about the right time for us to switch out of single player. We did about 3 hours of single player. Normally you do about an hour of multiplayer. I think, since I'm still really not feeling well, and I've been faking it for like a little bit, I think I'm going to call the stream here rather than do a multiplayer. And I'm sorry to disappoint people who are waiting for that, but I think I'm going to have to call it a little early. That being said, I am interested in checking out the multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption, you know, hackers and griefers aside. If you do have Red Dead Redemption 2 and online and stuff, and you're a subscriber, make sure to, we'll try to sync up in the Discord, because I want to try to figure